Today is the first day where I want to change the daily bread. I want these to be more vlog style. Instead of recapping at the end of the day, I want you guys to see what I'm doing at every moment of my day. So what I'm working on right now is Ali is making a quick little, if you haven't seen it, Eddie Malouf's podcast, Bad Marketing, and I did a podcast in Georgia like a month and a half ago, and it dropped yesterday. I don't like using Iman's name as clickbait or as ways of getting people to watch my stuff. And so I'm not going to restory the post that he made, but I'm going to make a quick little, I'm having Ali right now make a quick little clip of that podcast, going to put a story out. And then my focus on today is really operations, but the one thing I want to do before I get into operations is something that will make us money. So I'm going to put a post out today saying that we're looking for more PNS clients. I don't think I've done a real PNS partner and scale post for clients for 3 months or so. And so one post, hopefully make it 30 or 40 grand of recurring profit, and then give me again time to think about all the other stuff that I actually care about. I don't really care about making a profit right now, but like I said yesterday, I care about the team seeing that we're making money, that we're growing audience, that want to pay us and such. I think even for Ali and Mateo and the editors, it's just true validation that what we're doing actually matters and is building authority and trust in the market. That's what the post is going to show for them. For Justin, of course, it's cash in, which I can tell when we're not bringing in money, Justin's like, what the fuck are we doing? And for me, I'm really focused more so on next year. At this point, I know it's crazy. In May, I'm focused on making sure that 2025 is a year that just is butter. And so everything I'm doing is focused on that. These videos are not going to make me money today, tomorrow, or next month. But next year, there's a chance that they might. And so I'm focused on making stuff that is long growing, focused on the operations, but the operations really don't matter if you don't have anything to operate. So got to bring in people, got to build out the apps. And then really priority for tomorrow is copywriting and getting the VSL done for Daily Bread so that more people can watch these videos, especially when we start putting one a week on YouTube. I want something for them to go see if they want to have access to more. And then next week, video sales letter for Partner and Scale is going to be pretty much the entire focus. And so today, ops, the only thing before ops is 1CTA on Instagram. Started out today with a great sauna session, got to the office. As soon as I got to the office, had a quick little breakfast, had a black coffee, hopped on meetings, just hopped off meetings about 20 minutes ago, getting this really quick in, getting the post out, then on to monday.com. That's the plan for the next few hours, and I will see you guys on the other side. Okay, it is it's 5. The fact that I think I'm leaving the office early at 5 o'clock is crazy to me. I didn't know it was 5 o'clock. I just told myself, I don't feel like working at the office anymore. I just want to go home, work on the laptop, maybe watch a little bit of TV in the background, have a nice dinner. I just want to go home. I had no idea it was 5 o'clock. Now I feel like I'm doing a 9 to 5. But today is an early day. I did not get everything I wanted to get done yet. I will. I still have to build out all the financial dashboards and the financial dashboards for freedom. I redid the content board and completely went back on my word of what I told you guys the other day of working vertically and made it horizontal. You know, some people would make this like a Kanban chart. I actually like working vertically. I don't like working horizontally. As you can see, the Kanban, the horizontal view that you guys want, is now the standard. It's the home screen. Sometimes when I journal something in this daily bread, I say something and I just think to myself, that made no sense. Why did I do that? Or why am I thinking that? And so today was one of those days, made a new content board. I think this one's going to be a lot easier for the team to stick to. I also think it's a lot more user-friendly and it gives us a clearer picture of content. Need to build out content dashboards as well with timelines. That's the one thing I actually forgot to add to that board. A timeline feature, I want to see the average duration of how long it takes from something being ideated on to dusted and finished. So a couple things to add to the board before I show it to you. I also want to show you financial dashboards, but more of a template of a financial dashboard. I don't feel like showing you all the inner finances of my companies. Main things today. Number one, told the team that I want to make these journal entries instead of just recaps at the end of the day. I want to show you what I'm doing throughout the day. I want to try something new with the Daily Bread, and I want to record throughout the day and then piece together like a more journalistic vlog of the day rather than just have it be a sit down at the end of the day. I was inspired by watching a Casey Neistat video and remembering that he did daily vlogs every single day for 700 something days. And I remember watching a lot of those when I was younger. That's like 7-8 years ago. And he said something in an interview that I thought was awesome, which is that he does all of his editing. And the reason he does his editing is because as he records throughout the day, he doesn't know what the story is.
I edit all my own stuff. 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel. And I would say every single one of them, with the exception of a couple, literally like 2, maybe 3, I edited completely myself. The other 2 or 3 that I didn't, I made with my friend Max, and he and I would like sit together and cut it together. Mostly because like, I don't know what the story is or the video is. I do the writing in the edit. I don't know what the video is. I have an idea, but it's in the edit that I find the story.
He knows what he wants to talk about or show, but he doesn't know how to make it a story. I obviously don't edit my videos, but what I can do is recap at the end of the day the story, now that I know what the day looked like, and throughout the day, just record all those different parts of what I did. It'll be a lot easier when we get a full-time videographer, but in the meantime, this is a really good exercise for me, just to get better at the creative side of these journals and eventually long form. You're gonna see a bit of that today, but today genuinely was just a day of me on Monday.com. I was on Monday.com all day long. I did nothing but operations and Zoom calls.
Colin and I were talking about if I should bleep out curse words on the Daily Bread.
Number one, dude, I just gotta get better at not saying cuss words. You could just do the silence, take the actual word out. You can still see me speak, but instead of a bleep, it's just, you know what I mean? The only thing I don't like, bro, is how much light I put on this back wall. This is a small target light, and I think that's better. I don't know if I love it or not, but it doesn't illuminate that window nearly as much.
I think it depends on the timing too.
Yeah, this realistically should have been a darker room and more dramatic because there was no fill light coming in. It was blackout. I was supposed to talk to Colin about this today, but when I look at these recent reels, I don't feel like a gentleman in these. I don't feel like a Christian. There's one video specifically that almost makes me sad because of a guy who...
The comments, I saw it. I know what you're talking about.
This one, a displaced man is careful with his tongue. Clearly there's work here to do in the message. And I see loved by Jesus, husband, father, golfer, and church, broker, dreamer. And granted, dude, I don't let comments get to me, but when I say blah blah blah, I'm just like, who am I? Like, that's not the message I want to display. It was a great day, but it was a boring day. The big loss of today was that I was supposed to put out a PNS CTA on Instagram, talking about the fact that we brought on 10 clients in January and partnered with one, like we said we would, and are going to partner with the second in June, but now we're looking for the clients that we want to partner with in October/November. And when I put out that story, I spent about 20 something minutes writing the copy for that CTA. It was about 2 pages, 2 posts of copy after a video of me on a podcast with Eddie Malouf. And I put the story out and I didn't get any responses for like a 45-minute, hour-long period. And that was really weird for my Instagram. So I went back, I checked the story, and I saw that Instagram, when I uploaded it, just took off all the text. And so the only text that was there was the DM me CTA stuff with no context or no pre-pitch. And so it was a completely skunked story. I think it got a couple thousand story views before I deleted it, but I need to get it back out tomorrow. I have a rule for the content team, which is that anything front-facing really tends to have to go through me. Mine is now short-form content. Even with short-form, it's taking a lot for me to just let go and let Colin and Ali and Mateo do the short-form, because I look back and I think to myself, ugh, this doesn't make me look gentlemanly, or this doesn't fit the way that I want the brand to look, or this audio is off. There's so many things that I'm learning about content, and the main thing is that I have to be okay with imperfect action. In business, imperfect action is a common, but in creative world, for some reason, when it's you out and about on social media for the world to see, I feel like imperfect action, it means a completely different thing. And so I'm trying to remember that throughout the day, but there are definitely things that are coming up on the short form that I'm like, it just drives me insane. I'll put it that way. The reason I'm saying that is because I very rarely will have anything slip when it comes to outward facing stuff. But today I didn't notice for 45 minutes or an hour that I just had a blank black page with a Partner and Scale logo with no text, and another selfie that it was supposed to have text on it. What's funny is that my team thought they were just normal little posts that I was doing. Ali, I love you. And Colin and Justin, I know you guys saw those posts. If you ever see that, tell me. Oh, it drives me insane. Anyway, long story short, tomorrow I'm going to CTA it again. Hope that people just forgot they saw the first one, almost like you forget when people wear the same clothes day after day. We'll see if it works. I just want 10 clients. It's never been hard for me to load up 10 clients on anything that we've ever done. My Instagram's been pretty good to me in that regard. I think it'll be okay. Last time we did the PNS stuff, it took 13 or 12 sales calls to get 10 clients. So it's really not a hard offer to get people to say yes to once they're on the phone. Whole thing is finding info products that actually met the criteria of what we're looking for. Other than that, don't really have much else I want to do today other than finish out the Monday boards and then maybe start to script tonight some of the Daily Bread VSL while I'm probably having a glass of whiskey or maybe even having a cigar depending on the weather. Side note, I hate smoking inside in most of the US because most of the US, any cigar lounges just have terrible ventilation. The only good one I've seen so far is actually in Vegas. UDCs, if you're still in here, the cigar lounge we went to in Vegas is still the best cigar lounge I've been to in the States. Outside of the States, cigar lounges are great. Inside the States, they suck. In Dubai, you can sit down at dinner where smoking is allowed. It's not allowed in the States, but smoking is allowed, and you can't even tell someone's smoking because the ventilation is so good. You just can't smell it. Ugh, wish the States would get better at that. Anyway, might have a scripting session. The only other thing I kind of want to do in the office that's been on mine today is this room out here. I don't know if you guys remember from the little like mini office tour we did. I just want that room to be something. So this room, very obvious and dedicated purpose. That room, very obvious and dedicated purpose. The room that was originally supposed to be the content room has become storage, cleaned up storage. Thank you to Savannah. And this room is just meh. I don't know what to do with it. So let me ask you guys a question. Do me a favor, reply to this video if you actually do watch this in WhatsApp. If you had an entire room in your office just to fill with anything, you can do anything you want. You can put a ball pit in there, a pool table, ping pong, more desks, anything you want. What would you do? How would you spend probably 400 square feet? Probably more. I actually have no idea. I'm completely bullshitting. I have no idea what the dimensions. Let's find out. I totally should, from the vlogging perspective, bring the phone. All right, so 200 square feet. If you had 200 square feet to kill in an office space, how would you do that? For those of you in metric, that is 20 square meters. 20 square meters, 200 square feet. If you had that much room to kill in an office, absolutely nothing else to do other than kill a space, how would you do it? What would you do? By the way, I told you guys this is 4 feet away. It is 3.5 feet. This one is 3 feet 2 inches. Until next time, being tomorrow, unless it's a weekend. I don't know when this one goes out. Happy hunting.